humans. The Grand Wizard must get to the new kid before the Drow Elves can manipulate his mind and use him to take the sacred relic from human hands. For whomever controls the stick controls the universe.
Don't be fooled by the violence.
Hey! Oh, come on!
Or the pooping. Or the gingerism.
So you realize that your hair looks like that?
Which is bullshit, by the way. I mean, what do we have to do? Was Rita Hayworth not enough? Anyway, forget that stuff. Because it's just there to throw you off the scent. What this really is, despite the swearing and the dick jokes and the other dick jokes, is a game about childhood. No, seriously, it's not offensive. It's just a tribute to being a kid. It's about how we could go anywhere right in our backyard.
Welcome to the kingdom of Koopa Keep.
It's about those days when making friends was our biggest concern.
My name is Butters the Merciful. I'm a paladin. I live right next door to you. We should be friends.
It's about that one handicapped kid who always ruined everything.
And with my loot, I shall power up my elven guards with magical songs of enchant. Magical songs of enchant.
Alright, so maybe it's a little offensive. It's South Park, the Stick of Truth, for the PlayStation 3.
It's me, Al Gore! You know, Al Gore, I'm super important.
In all seriousness, though, that really is one of the most endearing things about this game. It's obviously not for everyone, and if you're uptight about things, you'll never get to appreciate this aspect of it. But seriously, this game took me right back to 1993. And I was playing outside, building tree houses, or as I would have described it, erecting fortresses to appease the Earth Gods and keep the sacrilegious whores at bay. Those were my sister's friends. The Earth Gods I made up. I had a vibrant imagination at age 9, not to mention a robust vocabulary and a keen understanding of ancient religions. I was a bright fucking kid, is what I'm saying. If only you could have seen me. Oh wait, you can!
Hey, champ. How do you like your new room?
So things start off pretty normally. You get to create yourself, as is the case with many video games. But when things actually get started, you see that process means a bit more in this one. Because in the Stick of Truth, you're actually in a South Park episode. Like, you're there. You're in South Park. You're actually friends with Eric Cartman. Well, kind of.
You entered douchebag, is that correct? Are you sure you want to keep the name douchebag? Very well, douchebag.
And that's where the Stick of Truth turns into something special. I mean, in terms of the core gameplay, it's a solid RPG, but it's what's built around that RPG. That's what makes the game so remarkable. I mean, I've never seen a licensed game that just embraces its license more than this one. You play this thing and you seriously forget it's a game. It feels like you're watching an episode of South Park, only it's an episode that you happen to be in. So you've just moved to South Park, and your parents tell you to go outside and make some friends. You immediately run into Butters, who becomes your very first friend, which I couldn't have been happier about. But I've always thought that if I lived in South Park, I'd be best friends with Butters. And now I am. So like 5 minutes in, I was already happy. And of course, it's not long before you find out about the battle over the all-powerful Stick of Truth, which is an eternal battle for control of the universe. And a fun game, and they need more kids to play, so you're in luck. Cartman gives you a sword and some armor, and a lesson in the magic power of farts.
Let it rumble inside you, and drag it out.
And then you're off. South Park is yours to conquer. At least, before it gets dark.
Behold the distant realm of downtown, home of corrupt merchant lords and homeless people.
So the entire town is yours to explore. If you're a fan of the show, it's gonna blow you away. I mean, just walking down the street looks like it does on the show. The houses have the same layouts as they do on the show. It's amazing how detailed it is. Just exploring the town and talking to all the characters, that alone is fun for longtime fans. The rest of the game's not bad either.
These lands hold many dangers, new kid. Yeah, you moved to the wrong realm.
So what about the gameplay? Well, again, it's the context more than the mechanics that makes this game great. But the mechanics are good too. Stick of Truth is similar to a game like Paper Mario in that it's sort of an RPG light. As you walk around South Park, those asshole elf kids attack you, you have melee and magic attacks, and of course they're all ridiculous. In fact, the game satirizes video games as much as anything else.
A mage is like a wizard, only not as cool. A white thief? Never heard of one, but interesting. You, huh? So I guess we'll never really be friends.
So even though the gameplay isn't anything too crazy or complex, the humor and presentation make it an insanely fun game to play. And it's big, too. Between the main missions and the side quests and references and 100 or so characters, there's just a ton of stuff to do.
Butters, Kenny, Sir Douchebag, let's go inside.
You know, there's plenty of things you could praise in the Stick of Truth. The incredibly rich presentation, the great sound and music, the surprisingly touching premise. But I think more than anything else, it's just relentlessly fun. This game's a really good time. And I don't even think you need to have seen South Park to enjoy it. All you need to have done is, at some point, build a castle in the backyard. Or save the world from your bedroom. Or beat the shit out of a redhead. So, not even Amy Adams then. Bryce Dallas Howard. Julianne Moore! South Park, The Stick of Truth. A game where evidently no one's seen Boogie Nights.
Magical songs of enchantment. With magical songs of enchantment. Magical songs of enchantment. Magical songs of enchantment.